Hey guys, Shock and Awe here, and I went and saw Celine Song's latest movie, Materalists, starring Dakota Johnson, Pedro Pascal, and Chris Evans. It is a very Jane Austen-feeling movie, as it is about a matchmaker who is going around New York trying to pair people based on the math, their height, their weight, their education, their happy families or non-happy families, most importantly, their class. This is a movie about class and how love does not always fit into those perfect boxes. I'm still mulling over how I feel about it. I think I like it. I don't know if it was quite the movie that she intended, though maybe it was. This is maybe the movie she wanted. But I think what I like about it more is the kind of the messiness it falls into. This is kind of what I loved about her debut Past Lives, which is this amazing movie about multiple lives lived on screen at once. And, well, more importantly, Greta's how just grittily just draped herself across the movie. Dakota Johnson doesn't quite have that. She's quite a detached actor. But this movie is very detached. It's a lot of people talking about their feelings and trying to be emotionally mature. It's a really great New York movie because it is diving in between classes. Chris Evans plays a poor, struggling actor, while Pedro Pascal plays one of the wealthy elite of New York. It's a really fascinating movie, and the movie I would pair it with would actually be Clueless, which of course is an adaptation of Jane Austen's Emma, and one of the greatest 90s movies ever made. I was just watching it before, and you just watch it, you're like, oh yeah, Clueless is like really good. And that is also very much about this young woman trying to fix people up, trying to do good deeds, and how she sees the world make sense, very much like the Dakota character. But with Materialists, it is all about straight lines. It is all about making those straight lines work, which I think will jar people, especially the kind of robotic nature of the dialogue, which I actually really loved. It's like when you hear Pedro Almodovar's movie in English for the first time and realize, oh, that's what they sound like in Spanish. Oh, okay, this is different. But there's a quiet tranquility to Materialists, which I really did like. It's not really... Look, I think it was marketed as a romantic comedy, and it is so not that. It is literally about human emotions and what we do to try and control those emotions and making choices that on paper do not work. But in actual fact, that is the decision we are going to make. I liked all the performances. I'm not always the biggest Chris Evans or Dakota Johnson fan. Really depends on what movie they're in. In fact, Chris Evans has made a lot of movies that haven't existed lately. Like Ghosted, I think it was. I don't know, it was on Apple. Whatever. But it's a really tranquil movie that is very, very relaxing. And there's only one real character in it, who is, I guess, the cousin Harriet character from Emma, who just wants to be loved and just kind of wants to experience life. And the constraints of living in New York is very similar to living in London in the 1813. Can't remember exactly when she was writing, but anyway, I think it's a really interesting movie. It's not a movie that's easy to connect with, quite like Clueless, where you're just watching Clueless and just fall into the perfect, poppy, colourful expression and humour. And is there a greater sound than Alicia Silverstone whining? I think not. But this is kind of like dipping into some cool water, Materialists. And I really love Pascal's performance. I think he is incredible, especially trying to do a character that doesn't actually have a lot of emotion. He's able to really dig into that. And you should actually go see it.